Hi, Hermgirl. I just had some more thoughts regarding the same subject from the last video, and just wanted to take that opportunity to continue this chain of thought about true love, unconditional love, and the emotions and the kind of things that can be misunderstood in society. I was happy to see your comment, and I hope that you can make a video. I hope you have enough time. That would be super cool. I'm looking forward to your video. I love your video, all of them, all videos, and they always come out with amazing colors and light effects. It's so cute. So yeah, the thought chain I had under the shower was people the misconception that people have about true love is it strikes me again and again when I see how people talk about love and the kind of videos that are made and the kind of I watch all kinds of free movies sometimes which are usually shitty, and some of them have some good thoughts in it, but they're not very well made. And so I saw a teen movie the other day. Oh, I had to turn it off. It was so extremely boring. There's nothing happening at all. And it didn't even have a message of any sort. If anything, the message was that of corporations that are pro profit, not pro people. And so they was sneaking in some slander against environmentalism again and against thinking in general. And it's very sad when I see this. It makes me very angry when I see this. It's very sad to see, and it's done deliberately, of course, and by these incredibly sneaky, greedy people. They know exactly how to do it. They know how to sneak that into the video, that those corporate messages, to turn people against anyone who takes time to help to make the world a better place. So the corporations, they sneak in messages to deliberately steer particularly young people who don't have enough background knowledge yet to make them immune to those messages. They steer them into voting their way, voting for the person that serves the corporations, of course. And sorry to say it, but it was George W. Bush, and it is Barack Obama now. And if people want to come and hate me for it, okay. I remember, like in 2008, after I made all these campaign videos for Hillary Clinton, and after a while, I had one sad video that I made, and a person comes up underneath that video and says to me, I don't mean to stray away from the subject, but why did you campaign for Hillary Clinton and not for Barack Obama? So, I mean, it was so crystal clear. It says, I don't mean to stray away from the subject. I said to the person, then why did you write that comment under this particular video? And so the person saw me sad with the sad video, sad poem, and so they conclude, you are sad, you are not liked because you didn't vote for Barack Obama, therefore you deserve to be deserted, therefore you are sad now. Okay, so that's the reasoning. And then he comes to my page and says, in a roundabout way, see, you did it to yourself. You didn't campaign for Barack Obama. And it's that kind of stuff that's the kind of stuff that I see all the time on the internet. It's this very subliminal brainwashing that is going on, and it goes to the point where the people, they become so, it's such tribalism, it's like the people who are siding with Barack Obama, whether it's black people or some white people that are going with that and thinking that guy, he can't do anything wrong. I mean, it's just the ultimate. And so anybody who criticizes him and sees, oh, wait a minute, there's an awful lot of things that are going completely in the wrong direction. I mean, at least I saw it because I was one of the few that actually read his website, his campaign website in 2008. And it didn't say anything. It was complete rhetoric. There was nothing about anything that was even promised. It was made to look like a promise. It wasn't even a promise. So there wasn't even anything in it that determinedly said, yeah, I'm going to get single payer healthcare. And then when I read that about the healthcare reform, I saw right away it's not even a reform at all. It's actually dangerous. It's actually becoming like a liability car insurance, which is going to ruin the middle class. And there are many other things that are absolutely about to ruin the middle class. It's a complete corporation scam. That's what his presidency is. That's what his campaign is. A complete corporate scam. And people need to know this, but they're not willing to listen to it. They're not willing to look at it with an open mind, because it's about tribalism for them, and there is no thinking in it. And it is so extremely irritating for me. I don't know how else to say it. So, oh man, I'm glad I can talk to you about this. It is so extremely frustrating for me. I wish people would listen and wake up. I don't know how to get this message across to people. I don't know how to do it. I'm trying now as best as I can. People, wake up, take that veil off your faces. Look into the world. And the people with the chadors and the real veils on the faces, that is as literal as it gets. Take that chador off your face and put your pants on and say no. Say no to this abuse. Same applies to Christians. Say no to this abuse of this religion. This is abusive to you, to everybody. Any religion that is oppressive in any way, any religion that censors information is oppressive. Remove it. You have other choices. You can look at the truth. You can look at endless options of making your lives better. Why stay stuck with this? Why not be inspired by people like Herm Girl and Sam Simon and Paul Watson and so many good people out there? I wish they can have more of, I wish they can be looked at more. I wish they could get more out into the limelight. I wish people would listen more. Pamela Anderson, she has a lot of advantages already because of her looks. But then people aren't looking at that, what she has to say. What's up with that? I mean, how can we get this message out? Ingrid Newkirk, she knows how to do this. I think Ingrid Newkirk, she must have an IQ of over 200, I'm sure, maybe 300. I mean, this woman is just amazing. It's just really, really amazing. I have never seen anything like this before. I mean, someone who builds an animal rights organization from scratch with basically nothing, with no funds, and raises us up to this world level. And Paul Watson, the same thing. So yeah, and all of this ties into the subject. True unconditional love is the love I have to my dog. Okay? That's true unconditional love. That's the love he has for me. You know, dogs know how to love. Why don't people start to learn from them? Learn. They're our teachers, the dogs. They teach us what the meaning of life is. The meaning of life is joy, is play. It's not to be clenching somebody's teeth and gritting through, like my dad always says, grit your teeth. What a statement! Grit your teeth and go through. Grit your teeth. That's why my teeth are already gritted off. Because of that. Because I do that at night. Grit my teeth. Because of all that grief. I know somebody whose teeth are like gritted half down because of that. And then people say this, keep saying this, grit your teeth. What an impotent belief and mantra. You know. That's not what life is all about. If something is painful and not going in the right direction, it's completely false what my dad said about gritting your teeth and go through. It's completely false. If something doesn't feel joyful and like in a flow, it is not right. It's that if something isn't feeling right for the people with the chador on their face, if it doesn't feel right, if it makes them sick, it is not right. Okay, it's as simple as that. If it feels wrong, if there's a God that they think is gonna hurt them, then this is not the right God. It's as simple as that. And they make that God. Each person produces that image. And it varies from person to person. Not everybody has whatever one of those Middle Eastern gods, whether it's the one with the beard or a different guy or another person. It doesn't matter. I am not sarcastic. I'm not making fun of it. Okay? I'm trying to get people to understand this. This is absolutely serious. You know, if it doesn't feel right, it is not right. Okay, and it needs to be left. It needs to be abandoned. Leave it, abandon it, dress up as a man, and move out. Move out of that terrible, terrible war zone, this oppressive war zone that stones women to death. The year is 2013, and women are stoned to death. And there are Christians who are ready to do the same thing. Okay. There are Christians who are already recruiting and preaching and wanting the same hate and the same oppression again as in the Middle Ages. This, we need to wake up from this and not allow it. This cannot be allowed anymore. And true love, unconditional love, is not what it is in those teen movies. Unconditional love. The teen movies is all about just sexual attraction, physical attraction, romance. Okay. That is not true love. True love is if like that butler guy who's 50 loves his 85-year-old friend, best friend, to the point where he has sex with her even, or cuddles with her every day, like in the film Harold and Maude, if anybody has seen this film. Yeah. It's a very successful film because it obviously must have hit the spot in a lot of people. because that's what the inner child in us goes, oh my gosh, you know, the inner child recognizes this. And in that moment, the ego falls away. You should never have lions at home. Never. A grizzly bear is, I think, is smarter than one of those large cats. Grizzly bear is more like a person. And so he understands all these different things that people do. He learns all this, the facial mimics and all of this. The cat is a lot more unpredictable in that way. The cat might misinterpret certain moves and stuff, so might not learn it as well as a bear. So, but this relationship, bear and person, when there is unconditional love, the person gives himself to this bear, not in the hope of not being killed. Restless surrender to that other Earthian. In regards to any Earthian, a complete restless surrender to that other being. That is unconditional love. It's not a tightrope walk where you, oh, I'm not so sure, you know, I hope he won't hurt me, you know. This is still too I-centered. This, I hope he won't hurt me. The unconditional love is, I am giving myself to my dog. If he hurts me, accidentally, or if he ever wanted to hurt me or hurt me in any way, I accept it. I give myself to him. Whatever he wants to do with me, he can do. And he does the same with me. So it's a bond like between a mother and child. That's what this unconditional love is. And people, when they talk about unconditional love or true love between a man and a woman, so many people do this all the time. And then the marriage breaks apart because the expectations aren't met. In unconditional love, there are no expectations. It is, I'm giving myself to the other being. Finished. End of story. There is no expectation and there is no need, and someone who really truly loves that other person does not try to change that other person in any way. It does not use pressure, emotional pressure, does not say, oh, you are not here, you are never here, you go somewhere else, and why don't you pay more attention to me, blah 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 blah, you know. Giving yourself to the other person is being in 100% support of what the other person does, decides to, even if the other person has a girlfriend, that's what he wants to do. If it bothers you, you can go, but don't blame him for it, you know. And that's what people don't understand. That's what it's this misconception that happens over and over and over again. And I wish people would listen to this. I wish people would start thinking about this. So I'm gonna finish this up now. Okay, take care. I'll talk to you later.